Hi, I'm Liz Schrum of the Wisconsin Technology Council, here with WisBusiness.com, the show, brought to you by Grant Thornton and Madison Gas and Electric. On today's show, Tom Still, in his commentary, talks about challenges and promises facing the biotech industry. And Charlie Hoslet, Managing Director of the UW-Madison Office of Corporate Relations, talks about how the university is connecting the business community with research, graduates, and more. I'll be right back with the WisBusiness.com stock report for early May 2010.
When someone you count on anticipates your needs, your job becomes a whole lot easier. Grant Thornton clients get advice and recommendations from partners in the U.S. and through member firms worldwide. Grant Thornton.
And now, here's the WisBusiness.com stock report for early May 2010. Rising, the state's paper industry, one of Wisconsin's flagship industries, comes out ahead as the U.S. Department of Commerce issues another ruling in favor of domestic paper producers. First, in March, came news that the department's International Trade Commission would impose a duty on some forms of imported paper. Now the Commerce Department agrees that unfair trade practices negatively affected American paper companies. If enacted, a tariff on imports from China and Indonesia would be charged to offset the damages. And falling, Janesville. The embattled south central Wisconsin city, once home to the state's GM plant, is ranked 7th in the country on Forbes magazine's list of the 10 worst cities for jobs. That's down 16 spots from last year's list. State stats confirm the hardship. The unemployment rate in the Janesville metro area rose above 13% in March. The area includes the city of Beloit, which has a 17% unemployment rate. That's the WisBusiness.com stock report. Go to WisBusiness.com for more on these and other stories. And now, here's Tom Still with his Inside Wisconsin commentary.
Has the much-anticipated Biotech Century ended after only a decade? That unspoken question rippled through this month's Bio International Convention in Chicago, where the shockwaves caused by the collapse of the financial markets, regulatory issues, and even healthcare reform have left some people nervous about what will come next for an industry accustomed to rapid growth. The annual Bio Convention is a time when scientists, business leaders, major drug makers, and investors come together to celebrate what has been another banner year. That was certainly true in and around the Wisconsin Pavilion, where 51 groups and more than 125 people represented the state. But some surveys, reports, and regulatory updates at the convention sounded alarms about threats to the biotech industry, and particularly those segments that are more dependent on venture capital or subject to long regulatory delays. Throughout the week, speakers cited a litany of challenges. Less venture capital due largely to the collapse of the financial markets, continued patent backlogs, more regulatory delays at the U.S. Food and Drug Administration, the delay in reauthorizing the federal Small Business Innovation Research Grant Program, attacks on the law that accelerated transfer of university research over time, and even some provisions of the healthcare reform bill itself. Others think the future remains bright for biotech, especially over the long term. One relative optimist is Wisconsin native Steve Burrell, who spoke at the Wisconsin reception and also unveiled his 24th annual report on the state of the industry. Burrell declared it's a fabulous time to be alive in the industry. He said biotechnology is poised to solve some of the world's most pressing problems, and its companies are, by and large, adapting to change. Biotechnology has only begun to search for diagnostics and cures for most major diseases, and opportunities to create more and better foods, fuels, and environmental solutions are only now emerging. While some of the problems facing biotechnology will challenge the industry in the short term, the Bio-Century will march on.
Thanks, Tom. I'm back with Charlie Hoslet, Managing Director of the UW-Madison Office of Corporate Relations. Thanks for joining us, Charlie.
Thanks for having me.
The UW-Madison Office of Corporate Relations is often described as the front door to the university. What does that mean to businesses?
Well, it means if you're a company in Wisconsin, or anywhere for that matter, and you're interested in creating or broadening or strengthening a relationship with the university, we're the place to start. Often companies want to take advantage of the resources that exist at UW-Madison. They want to hire our students or license technology that's developed here, work with researchers in cutting-edge areas, but they're not quite sure where to start. Our office is that first point of contact, and we can help facilitate those introductions and relationships.
Your office coordinated a major University of Wisconsin-Madison presence at the recent Bio International Convention in Chicago. Tell us how being at Bio serves OCR's business mission.
Well, again, a primary mission of our office is to connect companies with the university. There's no better place to do that, particularly in the biotechnology area, than at the Bio Convention. You can meet with companies and people from literally all over the world, educate them about the resources that exist at Madison, the sorts of research that we're doing in areas that are of interest to them, and then follow up and help facilitate those relationships. We had opportunities to meet with companies from literally across the country and countries such as Israel, France, and Switzerland, and we'll be following up on those in the next few weeks.
You've been involved in the Research to Jobs Task Force, which is focused on getting more technology out of the labs and into the marketplace. What are some key recommendations of that task force?
One of the key recommendations coming out of the task force was to create up to 7 more emerging technology centers at comprehensive universities across the UW system. These centers would be used to do cutting-edge research and development, work with Wisconsin companies on products and technologies that are important to those industries, and of course, educate students.
Thanks, Charlie, and thank you for watching this edition of WisBusiness.com, The Show. The show is produced by WisBusiness.com and the Wisconsin Technology Council, and sponsored by Grant Thornton and MG&E. Visit our websites to read and learn more. I'm Liz Schrum. See you next time.